The movie kicks off with Sadie, a young woman, driving on the outskirts of Washington, D.C. She gets a call from Dr. Yates, and their conversation reveals some bad news. Someone they know has passed away unexpectedly. Sadie admits that even though she wasn't close to the person, she's been feeling down because they had so much in common. Same age, similar jobs, and equally lonely homes. Dr. Yates offers some comforting words and promises to check in on her soon. The scene then switches to a bustling farmer's market where we meet Cole Turner, a charming but heartbroken vendor. Freshly dumped by his girlfriend, Cole confides in Edna, another vendor who can't keep a secret and spreads the news. While Edna steps out for a smoke, leaving Cole in charge of her plant stall, Sadie shows up and starts browsing. Cole notices her and steps over to see what she's after. She picks out a plant but hesitates, worried she won't be able to care for it since she travels a lot. Cole refuses to sell it, saying she'll probably end up killing the poor thing, which leads to a bit of a spat. When Edna returns, she quickly settles the argument by buying the plant herself, and Sadie leaves. After Sadie leaves, Edna gives Cole a little push, encouraging him to ask her out. Nervous but determined, he follows Sadie to her car and suggests they grab a coffee. Initially caught off guard, especially after their earlier argument, Sadie declines. But after a quick change of heart, she agrees. The two end up spending the entire day together, exploring different spots around Seattle and getting to know one another. Sadie reveals she's an art curator who travels the world, while Cole shares that he's working on a book about history and farming. Their conversations range from lighthearted topics to deeper ones, like when they talk about horror movies and the famous Exorcist stairs in Seattle. Sadie tells Cole that she doesn't allow fear to control her, mentioning a powerful story about how she and her mother escaped their home country on a raft. Her mother's bravery taught her to face life without fear, and it's something Sadie holds on to. As night falls, they head to a bar where Sadie takes the stage to sing, but when she invites Cole to join her, he's too shy to step up. She later opens up about how she wishes she had someone in her life who, like a cactus, doesn't need too much attention. With all her traveling, she feels disconnected and lonely. Despite the excitement of her career, something is missing. As the night goes on, they grow closer, sharing a kiss that seems to seal their connection. After spending the entire night roaming the city, Cole walks Sadie home in the early hours of the morning, saying goodbye at the door. The chemistry between them is undeniable. One thing leads to another, and they end up back inside, giving in to their passion and spending the night together. Later, Cole heads home, eager to share the details of his whirlwind romance with Sadie. His parents are thrilled by the news, but his sister Maddie warns him that he might mess things up, like he usually does when he gets overly attached. Despite Maddie's skepticism, Cole is convinced that Sadie could be the one. His mom, recognizing how easily he gets carried away, still supports him, though she shares a knowing smile with his dad. While scrolling through his phone, Maddie stumbles upon a selfie of Cole and Sadie from the previous night, sound asleep together. Over the next few days, Cole's excitement turns into frustration as his texts to Sadie go unanswered. His father offers some hopeful excuses for why she might be quiet, but Maddie, with her Gen Z bluntness, insists that Sadie has ghosted him. Then, Cole remembers something. He left his inhaler, which has a tracker, in her bag. Curiosity gets the best of him, and when he checks the location, he's shocked to find that Sadie is in London. Ignoring Maddie's advice to move on, Cole's parents encourage him to surprise Sadie by flying to London. Once he arrives in London, Cole tracks her location to a shady alley. Before he can fully grasp the situation, he's ambushed and kidnapped. He wakes up in what looks like a makeshift lab, surrounded by cages filled with creepy insects. His captors repeatedly call him the Taxman, a legendary CIA operative, despite Cole's insistence that he's just a farmer. Just as the torture is about to begin, Sadie suddenly bursts in, guns blazing, taking down the captors one by one. Cole is completely floored by the revelation that Sadie is actually a CIA agent, not an art curator as she'd claimed. As alarms blare, they rush out, engaging in a chaotic firefight. Sadie arms Cole, but he's too shocked to shoot, opting to help her by taking cover instead. Once outside, Cole realizes they're not even in London anymore. They're in the Khyber Pass, Pakistan. As they make their escape in Sadie's Jeep, they are attacked by local security forces. In the chaos, they hijack a bus, leading to a high-speed chase. Soldiers manage to board the bus, but Cole, despite his initial hesitation, takes them down one by one. During the chase, Sadie accuses him of stalking her, thinking his surprise visit to London was a bit too much. Cole defends himself, saying it was meant to be a romantic gesture. They manage to fend off the attackers, but the bus eventually breaks down, forcing them to continue on foot. The scene then shifts to a cave, where we meet Levesque, a disgraced French intelligence agent and the true mastermind behind everything. He's searching for a vital passcode, which he believes the taxman, who he assumes is Cole, possesses. Meanwhile, Sadie and Cole reach a small village in Pakistan where they meet Marco, a well-connected figure there. As soon as Marco sees Sadie, he greets her with a kiss, hinting at a history between them. The two discuss a dangerous biochemical weapon called Aztec, which has the potential to devastate the entire eastern seaboard. Sadie admits that her mission at the cave was to retrieve Aztec, and Cole was merely an afterthought. She asks Marco to arrange a safe passage back to the US for Cole, and he agrees. It's revealed that Marco and Sadie were once romantically involved, both working in the same line of dangerous work. Marco even lost his right hand on a mission to save her. Before leaving, Sadie bluntly tells Cole never to contact her again, but just moments later, chaos ensues when Marco is suddenly shot by a man, a bounty hunter who takes Sadie and Cole hostage at gunpoint. However, he is soon attacked by another bounty hunter named the Leopard, who was sent by Levesque. The Leopard orders Sadie and Cole to come with him, but before long, he too is killed by yet another hunter, the God, who takes over the situation. Just when things seem hopeless, the God is hit and killed by the first bounty hunter, who manages to strike before taking his final breath. In the confusion, Sadie and Cole escape. While driving away, Cole tells Sadie that his captors had been demanding a passcode, which makes her realize that Levesque can't use the Aztec weapon without it. Sadie then confesses that she killed the first woman earlier in the movie because she had encrypted the passcode and was secretly working for the enemy. Right after this revelation, Sadie unexpectedly punches Cole and knocks him out. In the next scene, Sadie delivers Cole to Levesque's men, presenting him as the tax man with the passcode. They board a plane, and Sadie is promised her payment once they land. The plan is to torture Cole for the passcode, and Levesque's right-hand man Wagner takes the lead. However, things take a turn when they find a photo of Sadie and Cole in bed together. Realizing the jig is up, Sadie declares herself as the real tax man and reveals that the passcode is on the plane. Chaos breaks out as Sadie takes down the men, quickly knocking Wagner out. A brutal fight ensues between Sadie and another henchman, whom she kills by snapping his neck even after being stabbed. Meanwhile, Cole, tapping into his wrestling skills, manages to defeat another man. Sadie tells Cole to take the Aztec and jump from the plane with a parachute, but Cole refuses to leave her behind. Instead, he grabs her, and they both jump from the plane together, parachuting to safety. 6 hours later, Sadie and Cole find themselves stranded on a remote island in the Arabian Sea. Cole, using his plant knowledge, tends to Sadie's wounds, while she sends a distress signal to the CIA using her remote device. Soon after, Levesque's men locate them, and they come under attack by Wagner and his forces. Fortunately, the CIA team arrives just in time, thanks to Sadie's signal, and manages to take out some of Wagner's men. However, Wagner escapes with the Aztec weapon, leaving Sadie and Cole frustrated. The scene shifts to the CIA headquarters, where Sadie and Cole are debriefed by an agent named Jackson. Tensions rise when Sadie expresses regret about saving Cole, saying it cost her the Aztec. Her remark hurts Cole deeply. Both are strapped to polygraph machines, which amusingly register high levels of sexual tension, leading Jackson to joke that they should get a room. Later, Sadie meets with her boss, Dr. Yates, who is visibly disappointed in her performance and warns that her job could be on the line. Meanwhile, Jackson has a conversation with Cole, speaking poorly about Sadie. Despite everything, Cole defends her. When Jackson calls Sadie a killer and a liar, Cole's attention shifts to a photo of a plant on Jackson's desk. Recognizing it as the same type that Edna had used to decipher Aztec's password, Cole quickly realizes they can use the plant to track down the passcode. Determined to retrieve the plant from her apartment, Cole and Jackson plan a mission to finally take down Levesque, who they fear will continue targeting Cole and his family. Despite Sadie's warnings that the CIA is just using him, Cole agrees to help, pointing out that they're doing the same to her. With that, Sadie leaves the CIA headquarters, and Cole officially begins working with them. Meanwhile, Utami, the man who hired Levesque to obtain Aztec, demands it immediately. Levesque assures him it will be available soon. They decide to meet Cole and strike a deal. If they get the password, all is well. If not, Utami threatens to kill Levesque on the spot. They arrange a meeting at a revolving restaurant, but Cole's team is killed outside, with Jackson being fatally wounded. Before dying, Jackson urges Cole to flee, but he chooses to stay and figure things out. Inside the restaurant, Utami and his men join Cole at a table. Levesque reveals they have Aztec but need Cole to open it. Playing along, Cole pretends to be a traitor, asking for money in exchange for cooperation. Levesque remains suspicious, sensing Cole's bluff. Just then, Sadie makes a surprise entrance, catching everyone off guard. Cole then informs Utami that Sadie is the real taxman and holds the passcode. She offers a deal. Utami transfers $10 million directly to her, and she'll give him the passcode, bypassing Levesque's middleman commission. Utami agrees and sends the money. Sadie opens the case containing Aztec, but just as Levesque tries to kill her, she reveals she has used the money to place a bounty on him. Instantly, bounty hunters swarm the scene. A massive shootout breaks out, with Sadie seizing Aztec while she and Cole take cover under a table. They work together for a while, battling their enemies, but soon get separated. Cole faces off against Wagner in a one-on-one fight, while Utami orders Levesque to retreat. Instead, Levesque shoots Utami. The fight between Cole and Wagner escalates into the restaurant's control room, where the malfunctioning revolving mechanism starts to spin faster, creating chaos throughout the building. Amid the chaos, Levesque and Sadie engage in their own fierce gunfight. Cole successfully takes down Wagner and rushes back to the main hall, arriving just in time to see Levesque poised to finish off Sadie. Despite Cole's intervention, Levesque gains the upper hand and seizes control of Aztec. In a bold move, Sadie shoots at the ceiling, causing it to collapse on Levesque, crushing him and leaving her in command of Aztec. With Cole safe beside her, they share a kiss, and Cole admires her stunning appearance in a black dress. The scene shifts to a calmer atmosphere where Sadie and Cole are dining with his family. His parents are thrilled to have her over, and Maddie is equally taken with her. They tease Cole with stories from his childhood, filled with amusing mishaps. Fast forward 3 months, and we find Cole and Sadie in a committed relationship, thriving in their careers. In a surprising turn of events, Cole opens the trunk of their car to reveal a bound man inside. Sadie explains that he's an arms dealer, hinting that their adventures and excitement are far from finished as they head off on their date. Well, that's the end of this story. Consider subscribing for more recaps like this.